Hey, how's it, Lincoln Nation? This is the foundation. Man, it's been a long time since I made a video. Yeah, I was kind of in and out being sick, and some of the games I mean I couldn't watch live because of my schedule and being sick. And at one time I record any game that I think that I'm gonna miss, but at one time I was like 6 games behind, and I was like, I'm not making videos, clumping those kinds of things together. And besides, during that time too, you can almost replay last year's videos and go, what was the problem? Free throws, defensive meltdowns, same thing like last year. So that was kind of bothersome. As far as the moves, but we did win against the Celtics. I like that. That is like my, I don't know, it's like a thing. I just happy when we beat the Celtics. As far as the moves being made and the moves not made, I'm glad that Anthony Davis didn't. I wanted Anthony Davis, but when some of the reports was coming out of how much they wanted and how much the Lakers was willing to give up, I was like, ooh, man, I want to win now, but dang, man, like, what the hell's gonna be in the future? And not even guaranteed. I mean, especially with some of the other teams in the Western Conference, it's like, dang, I don't know if I give that up for that's not promised and all that. So and I was like, okay, fine, because this is what my thinking was. And I was willing already to give up if Brandon Ingram was on the. I like Brandon Ingram a lot. I like Kyle Kuzma a lot. So, but then if that was the main person that there was they're floating out there, if Brandon Ingram can show that he can, that can say, hey, this player is on the rise. He's really on his own, and coming into his own, and all that, and like the leverage can be on the Lakers side, but that's the way. Like, hey, let's give up Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, and Zubac, a couple first round picks. I was like, wait, no, hell no. That is no, not that much. I mean, maybe we'll give him Zubac and Brandon Ingram, and maybe a first round pick, but not that much, man. Hell no. So I was happy that move didn't make. Again, I want to win now, but man, I don't want to go 10, 12 years again without winning a championship. Like, man, it's like, or not even being competitive, because who's to say after LeBron leaves and Anthony Davis has his contract and then goes, well, I'm going to be gone too. Then we're going to probably have late round picks, and I know we've been pretty good at picking guys, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, and all that. But how many, even Zubac, at one time, how can we be sure that we can hit that all the time? So, the move that I wasn't happy with was the Zubac one. I was like, right now I can't even think of his name, and that's why I'm really not happy. I can't even think of the guy's name. I don't know if he even played yet. Because Zubac was coming into his own. He was one of our most consistent players. He was hitting free throws. He was redirecting shots. He was averaging double-digit rebounds and all that. And I was just like, why let him go? Especially the way he was playing. He was starting to step up and get in and not back down. You starting to see, like, you can't push me around anymore. I'm not a teenager. I'm a man now, man. So that little bit bothered me. The Savi for Bullock one, the Bullock one really, I like that one. And I understood that one more than anything because Savi was what happened with Savi was his defense was way too a liability, and his 3-point making wasn't being enough to dispel it, like to cancel it out. So I understood that. Big game win last night. I'm glad that it seems like Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram taking turns on who's gonna be that second guy, which is good. At least if LeBron is a little bit off, at least you have those two guys are kind of like going. Ingram, which I don't know why a lot of people don't like him, but he's been playing really good the last few games. As far as Kyle Kuzma hasn't been playing all that well, but he's been making big shots. So we're 3 games out of the final spot. We'll have to see. So that's my video. Mahalo for watching. Laker Nation, aloha.